A few years back, I made some videos on some reviews for a company called Thumbtack. And it was my honest review on how I use Thumbtack. And this had to be 5 or 6 years ago, but the video is still relevant today. I get a lot of comments and a lot of notifications on that video. People are still asking questions because Thumbtack is still there and people are still trying it. If you haven't seen that, just Google my name and Thumbtack and I'm sure it'll pop up on YouTube. But after a few years, I went through the comments and the number one question I kept getting asked was, what do you recommend instead? Like, Jeremy, what is it that we should be using instead? And I didn't know because I don't use anything. Like, it kind of threw me off. So it's been 5 years, maybe the companies have changed, maybe something's changed. So then I decided to sign up for a company called Bark.com. And this is gonna be my review of Bark.com. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Jeremy with Jeremy Lou Photography. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If the video helps you anyway, give it a thumbs up and then click that bell for notifications. It'll tell you every time I come on. And yes, I'm a photographer. It's a photography channel, but this will apply to anybody that is interested, like companies like Thumbtack and Bark, which are theoretically the same company. So guys, it's been 5 years, and if you don't know, here's how it works. If you are a client or a person looking for a service, a plumber, a photographer, a videographer, a coordinator, you can go on .com and sign up as a guest or a client and start searching or putting an ad out, if you will, of what you need, right? So in the photography world, you need a wedding photographer. They ask certain questions. How many people are gonna be there? They don't ask if there's a proposed budget. And they start asking all these questions, and then what happens is now you have this generated lead. Now you then send it out and hope that professionals in that field will contact you and reach out to you. The only issue is people reaching out to you have to pay a fee in order to reach out to you. Now, if you're the vendor side, the photographer side, my side, signed up, I got to see a bunch of leads, right? So as soon as I signed up, I started to put my info in. I said, I'm a photographer, I'm looking for like weddings, portrait, headshots, right? To make it easier for me, I only focused on weddings. So I put weddings and I picked about 5 cities. So you can put cities and then each city you put, you can do a radius. And theoretically, it works pretty good. You can actually see all these people that have gone on, the leads and where. So I got leads from Reno, Tahoe, Hawthorne, Elko. I also put Sacramento, Colorado County. So these little general areas around my area that I wanted to book. One of my biggest surprises is that people were going on there and they were looking for wedding photographers within 3 weeks of their wedding. So it's almost October 1st now, but when I signed up for it, it was about a month ago. I'm looking like, and I was like, this is way late in the game to be finding a photographer, but maybe that's what Bark is for. So as a professional, I started to try to narrow down what and as you start to click on the leads, it gives you like a number, but it's like blocked off a little bit. It gives you an email, but it's blocked off a little bit. You can't just contact these people right away, but you can see what they're into. And so I started to then go through each one. Each one has a price to them based off of credits, right? So let's say if I wanted to contact this wedding that happened, they're all about an average of 12 to 14 credits. 14 credits, not bad, but when you know that each credit is about $2, then it's gonna be $28 to respond to this person. But luckily, Bark had a deal. Bark had this guaranteed deal for me that if I bought 100 credits and discounted it, so I spent $160 for 100 credits, they would give me a guarantee that if I didn't book anything using all those credits, they would give me my money back, right? They would give me my money back and be done. So I was like, you know what? If we're testing it, we're trying it, let's do it. So I spent $160, I got 100 credits. I then went through my leads. On these leads that I had maybe 30 leads within the general area of wedding photography looking in our area that are using Bark.com right now. These are just clients. So what I did was this. I bought about 9 leads with 100 credits. I bought about 6 leads with 160 credits. They were anywhere from, I would say, like 11 to 14 on average. There has to be some that are less than 9, however that works. So I bought them, and when you buy them, now you get their contact information, you get their phone number, you get their email. You can actually contact them directly through Bark, and Bark does this really cool thing where it actually tracks everything you're doing. So did you email them? Did you contact them? When did they open up your email? Did they view your profile? And at this point, I assume that they're all real leads. Sadly, I messaged all 9 of them, and day one, so I messaged them all at once. I bought them all. Day one, I emailed that night. through Bark, and I kind of template on my own and then put it in and just drafted the same thing. Basically introducing myself, super excited for their wedding. I do have their date available. That was one of my things. And would love to talk to them about what they need. And since it was Bark, I automatically assumed this might be my fault. But I automatically assumed they were looking for a lower end photographer or not wanting to spend too much. And I don't know why I think that. I think maybe it's just my Thumbtack days. So I didn't want to send them my pricing right away. I just sent them an email saying, hey, my name's Jeremy. Let's talk. I would love to learn about it, and I would love to learn your proposed budget. Because for some reason on the wedding photography side, I know the other vendors, like if you're like or something, there is a proposed budget section in there. For wedding photographers, there doesn't seem to be, in the photography side, no proposed budget. It'd be nice to see if they had like a $5,000 range, because I would definitely target those people because that's within the range that I shoot. So I send 9 emails out. I wake up the next, no responses back. A few of them have viewed my profile. A bunch of them haven't even looked at anything yet. So the next day I do my due diligence and I sent a follow-up email. Just want to follow up, let you know I sent you an email yesterday. Day 3, I then move everything over to Pixify, the company that I use. If you send me an email, I'll send you an email back with a questionnaire and all that. So day 3, I sent them a questionnaire. I sent them my pricing. I sent them everything. Day 4, they all had phone numbers. I didn't randomly just want to text people, but that's what I did. I sent 9 texts to every single one of these people, just letting them know, hey, my name's Jeremy. I'm super excited to talk to you. I got your info off Bark. I bought your lead off Bark because they know what Bark is. Bought your lead off Bark, and I sent you a few things. Will you just let me know that you've received any of these emails? And that was it. Nothing went on for a couple more days. I think it was a wedding I had that day. So like 3 days later, and so I sent another email through Pixify this time that I then copied into Bark, basically saying, hey, if you're not interested in me, please let me know. And this was all, the end date that I'm talking about is September 12th. And no changes, nothing's happened. So I didn't go through the guarantee. So I email Bark, and they are quick on the emails back. They are responsive, and I like that. But I said, Bark, guys, I've sent 9 emails out. I can't even get a single person to respond to an email. And again, I'm not really sending pricing. I'm not sending many details. I'm just like, hey, can we talk? One other cool thing about Bark that they do that I like is that you limit it to 5 people can respond to this one lead. So as one lead comes out, a wedding September 23rd, only 5 people can hit on them, and that's it. So it's not a bunch of people going through. And I don't get anything from anybody, and it's rare. It's like some people tell you to F off and bail, but like they signed up for Bark to be contacted by Bark. So what's going on? Why am I not getting a response? And I asked Bark, they kind of ignore the, say, you know what, you have to wait until, I want to say like the 16th before we do anything, as far as give you your money back. The 16th comes, guess what? They don't give me my money back, but they say, please wait a couple more days and we will reload your 100 credits back onto your account so you can try for 9 more leads. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. The guarantee was getting my money back. They, I guess maybe fine print. I didn't read too much of it because the next thing my account was frozen. They froze my account. I went to just log on and I couldn't get on. And I emailed them saying, why is my account frozen? And apparently I spent all of my credits so quickly back to back that it made my account suspicious. And since it was a suspicious account, I am not able to get a refund on the guarantee or a credit back on the guarantee. In fact, I can't log in anymore. In fact, I'm still getting emails about leads that are coming in through Bark.com because I can't log in to stop the notifications. And when I email them about stopping my notifications and bailing, and I'm gonna go through my credit card company, which I'm gonna do, send me an email on how to go into my account to remove those notifications. So it's this weird game that's going on with them. The issue I had with Thumbtack is that I felt that they were false leads. And I'm actually feeling the same way about Bark because I'm not getting a single response back from anybody. And, you know, 10% would be 1 out of 9, just something. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not getting anything. The fact that they relied my negative response to it and it says something to it. They were kind of waiting for me to come in, like, you know, a time limit on spending the 9 credit. And it was like an hour. It wasn't crazy. I was just go lead, boom, go through the lead, bought a lead. So the point of this video, guys, is an alternative to Thumbtack. No, it's not. It's the same as Thumbtack. You buy leads, you're not guaranteed anything, but the leads cost $28 a lead, theoretically, if you're buying a full price. Say you're not, $20 a lead. That's still kind of big. I could have spent $100 on Facebook ads and maybe gotten more, you know, a better result. These people are seeing my stuff go out there. I don't know. I recommend it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, guys. What should you do in thumbtack.com? I've always said it. Know your vendors, know your couples. Spend more money and time on your brides that you're booking now to refer you in the future. Spend time and money on coordinators, vendors, florists, videographers that are in the world of weddings that you can gift so they'll remember your name. You're gonna get so many more weddings booked because of that. And if you're in another field, do the same thing. Schmooze people. Just let them know that you're there. And if you're there and they like you and you're a good person and you do well at your job, they're gonna refer you naturally. Bark just makes it a little more difficult, and this is how they make their money, guys. This is literally how they make their money. So kudos, Bark, but I'm going after you through my credit card company. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.